Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2022. Tomorrow is the hump day, and Thursday and Friday, which is December 28th, December 29th and 30th, I got a compensation holiday, which means that our supervisors decided to give me a 2-day pass. So I don't have to go to work, but it's basically a holiday for me. So I am quite excited about that. I don't have any special plan except that I might want to travel either to Seoul or to Koje or Busan area, because every time I have a holiday, I just stay at home and I couldn't find anything useful to do during the holiday. So I felt my holiday time going down the tube, going down the pipeline. So this time I will try to make the most out of my 2-day holiday. So, but today, as usual, I got an email from my company, the research center. They occasionally send the research report, and one of the reports mentioned about data lake. And I thought in Korean we have L and R sound same. So basically, they just written data lake or data rake. So I was confused. I suspected that they were referring to data lake, but somehow I felt like a data rake could be also the answer in the days of data everything. So I researched and I found out there's a company named rake.com. So I'm going to read the article about that later. But first, the data lake was what was referred to in the report. And I researched and I found this article. I never read this article by AWS, but I would like to get the right information from the horse's mouth, AWS. So I'm going to read this a little bit long post from AWS and get knowledge, get educated on what a data lake is. And also, as usual, I'm going to read another purpose for my reading this article is to practice English. I'm Korean, so I'm going to focus on the exact pronunciation. And also, by reading the article, I'm going to memorize or remind myself of those beautiful words, expressions, cliches, sentences that I myself find interesting, useful, or could come in handy in my later day life, interacting with people from around the world. So it's a dual purpose effort on my part. Here we go. AWS, that's famous Amazon cloud service. KT, my company, has our own cloud service too. So if you are based in Korea, or even if you are based outside of Korea, you can always contact me for our beautiful, amazing, fantastic cloud service. We are the number one cloud service provider in Korea. Also, we are number one telecom carrier in Korea. So I am the right person for you. I interface with a lot of foreign companies in Korea when they have needs about their telecom services. So what is a data lake? Store all your data in one centralized repository at any scale. Learn about data lakes and analytics on AWS, Amazon Athena for Apache Spark. Get started with interactive analytics on Apache Spark in under a second. Really? There's adverb from AWS. What is a data lake? A data lake is a centralized repository that allows you to store all your structured and unstructured data at any scale. Okay? A data lake is a centralized repository that allows you to store all your structured and unstructured data at any scale. You can store your data as is without having to first structure the data and run different types of analytics, from dashboards and visualizations to big data processing, real-time analytics, and machine learning to guide better decisions. What is a data lake? Analytics, machine learning, on-premises data movement, real-time data movement, on-premises data movement, data lake, machine learning, analytics, on-premises data movement, real-time data movement. Why do you need a data lake? Organizations that successfully generate business value from their data will outperform their peers. Business value. Those are good expressions. Business value, outperform their peers. Will outperform their peers. An Aberdeen survey saw organizations who implemented a data lake outperforming similar companies by 9% in organic revenue growth. These leaders were able to do new types of analytics like machine learning over new sources like log files, data from clickstreams, social media, and internet-connected devices stored in the data lake. What is it? Internet-connected devices stored in the data lake. This helped them to identify and act upon opportunities for business growth faster by attracting and retaining customers, boosting productivity, proactively maintaining devices, and making informed decisions. Data lakes compared to data warehouses, two different approaches. Depending on the requirements, a typical organization will require both a data warehouse and a data lake, as they serve different needs and their uses. A data warehouse is a database optimized to analyze relational data coming from transactional systems and line of business applications. The data structure and schema are defined in advance to optimize for fast SQL queries, where the results are typically used for operational reporting and analysis. Data is cleaned, enriched, and transformed as it can act as the single source of truth that users can trust. A data lake is different because it stores relational data from line of business applications and non-relational data from mobile apps, IoT devices, and social media. The structure of the data or schema is not defined when data is captured. This means you can store all of your data without careful design or the need to know what questions you might need answers for in the future. Different types of analytics on your data, like SQL queries, big data analytics, full text search, real-time analytics, and machine learning can be used to uncover insights. As organizations with data warehouses see the benefits of data lakes, they are evolving their warehouse to include data lakes and enable diverse query capabilities, data science use cases, and advanced capabilities for discovering new information models. Gartner names this evolution the Data Management Solution for Analytics, or DMSA. Characteristics: data, schema, price performance, data quality, users, analytics. Interesting. Let me go horizontal here. Okay. Characteristics, data warehouse, data lake. So here, I would like to mention that sometimes these the categories can be singular or plural. Okay, especially this one. Of course, this is kind of a name pronoun here, so of course it gotta be singular. But characteristics, data, schema, price performance, and so on, each item altogether are multiple, plural. So here, characteristics is the plural. Okay, but sometimes we can omit s and just write it a characteristic, singular. It's just not wrong, it's just different. It differs from people to people according to their preference of English usage. That's the difficulty and also beauty of English. It can be flexible, and also there's no standard grammar here. So I will just remember that it can be both singular and plural. Data: relational from transactional systems, operational databases, and line of business applications. Data lake: non-relational and relational from IoT devices, websites, mobile apps, social media, and corporate applications. Schema: with a data warehouse designed prior to the DW implementation. Schema on write. Written at the time of analysis. Schema on read. Schema on write and schema on read. Price performance: fastest query results using higher cost storage. Query results getting faster using low cost storage. Fastest query results using higher cost storage. Query results getting faster using low cost storage. Data quality with a data warehouse. Highly curated data that serves as the central version of the truth. Any data with a data lake. Data quality: any data that may or may not be curated. That is raw data. Raw data. So here, another good expression is curated data. Okay, curated, processed, fermented, protected, allowed to grow, just like a mushroom spores or some kind of germs, or just normal fermentation. Something is allowed to grow and fast and everything. Curated data. Users: business analysts, data scientists, data developers, and business analysts using curated data, analytics, batch reporting, BI, and visualizations. What is BI? Brand identity or business information? What is BI? I am clueless about that. With a data lake, machine learning, predictive analytics, data recovery, and profiling. So, analytics, users, data quality, price performance, schema data, curated. Okay. AWS Glue for RAID delivering Python at scale, introducing easy to scale Python ETL jobs made serverless using AWS Glue for RAID. The essential elements of a data lake and analytics solution. As organizations are building data lakes and an analytics platform, they need to consider a number of key capabilities, including data movement. Data lakes allow you to import any amount of data that can come in real time. Data is collected from multiple sources and moved into the data lake in its original format. This process allows you to scale to data of any size while saving time of defining data structures, schema, and transformations. Securely store and catalog data. Data lakes allow you to store relational data like operational databases and data from line of business applications and non-relational data like mobile apps, IoT devices, and social media. They also give you the ability to understand what data is in the lake through crawling, cataloging, and indexing of data. Finally, data must be secured to ensure your data assets are protected. Of course, security is important. They also give you the ability to understand what data is in the lake through crawling, cataloging, and indexing of data. Of course, you cannot just store coarse or raw data there without identifying what is in there as a data. So you need many more, such as indexing of data, crawling of data, or cataloging of data. Okay. Analytics. Data lakes allow various roles in your organization, like data scientists, data developers, and business analysts, to access data with their choice of analytic tools and frameworks. This includes open source frameworks such as Apache, Hadoop, Presto, and Apache Spark, and commercial offerings from data warehouse and business intelligence vendors. Data lakes allow you to run analytics without the need to move your data to a separate analytics system. Interesting. Apache Hadoop framework, Presto, Apache Spark. Machine learning. Data lakes will allow organizations to generate different types of insights, including reporting on historical data and doing machine learning where models are built to forecast likely outcomes and suggest a range of prescribed actions to achieve the optimal result. The value of data lake. The ability to harness more data from more sources in less time and empowering users to collaborate and analyze data in different ways leads to better, faster decision making. Examples where data lakes have added value include improved customer interactions. A data lake can combine customer data from a CRM platform with social media analytics, a marketing platform that includes buying history and instant tickets to empower the business to understand the most profitable customer cohort, the cost of customer churn, and the promotions or rewards that will increase loyalty. Improve R&D innovation choices. A data lake can help your R&D teams test their hypotheses, refine assumptions, and assess results, such as choosing the right materials in your product design, resulting in faster performance, and doing genomic research, leading to more effective medication, or understanding the willingness of customers to pay for different attributes. Increase operational efficiencies. The Internet of Things (IoT) introduces more ways to collect data on processes like manufacturing, with real-time data coming from internet-connected devices. A data lake makes it easy to store and run analytics on machine-generated IoT data to discover ways to reduce operational costs and increase quality. The challenges of data lakes. The main challenge with a data lake architecture is that raw data is stored with no oversight of the contents. For a data lake to make data usable, it needs to have defined mechanisms to catalog and secure data. Without these elements, data cannot be found or trusted, resulting in a data swamp. Meeting the needs of wider audiences require data lakes to have governance, semantic consistency, and access controls. Governance, semantic consistency, and access controls. Semantic consistency, that's another good term. Semantic consistency. Deploying data lakes in the cloud. Data lakes are an ideal workload to be deployed in the cloud because the cloud provides performance, scalability, reliability, availability, a diverse set of analytic engines, and massive economies of scale. ESG research found 39% of respondents considering cloud as their primary deployment for analytics, 41% for data warehouses, and 43% for Spark. The top reasons customers perceived the cloud as an advantage for data lakes are better security, faster time to deployment, better availability, more frequent feature/functionality updates, more elasticity, more geographic coverage, and costs linked to actual utilization. Build your data lakes in the cloud on AWS. AWS provides the most secure, scalable, comprehensive, and cost-effective portfolio of services that enable customers to build, their data lake in the cloud, analyze all their data, including data from IoT devices, with a variety of analytical approaches, including machine learning. As a result, there are more organizations running their data lakes and analytics on AWS than anywhere else, with customers like Netflix, Zillow, Nasdaq, Yelp, iRobot, and FINRA trusting AWS to run their business-critical analytics workloads. Learn more. More sources on the data lake. Learn more about data lakes from industry analysts. Kind of esoteric, a little bit superficial, but good all-round approach to make me understand what data lakes is. I like AWS, but they focus on the more on, I don't know, some not deep. But if you, and I understand, if we go deep, it becomes more technical, more esoteric, too deep. So I understand, but here the big difference is that warehouses use the schema on write, and data lakes use a schema on read. But it requires data governance, access control, and consistency. Which consistency? Writing consistency or storing consistency. Okay, so we learn the schema and so on. Curated, of course, data lake. That's it, folks. Thanks for listening. I'm going to read another article about data lake later.